Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, we're outside, yes, which means we've got an on-location unboxing to do. Oh yeah, could be fun, could be fun, could be a disaster, who knows? Let's find out together, shall we? But first of all, let's say a big happy birthday to our super friend and channel contributor, Sgrowie. Tony Sgrowie, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Sgrowie. Scrowie's from down under, and he's gone away for a few days for a big, well-earned break with his family. But even though it's his birthday, he sent me a present. Oh yeah, and that's what we're going to unbox today. So, cheers, Sgrowie, and the family. Have fun. And all you girls and gals out there, and ghouls, cheers, y'all. So, what might it be? Well, okay, the time-honoured fashion. I don't know what's in the box, so I'm going to open it and have some fun, but try to work out what is in the box. To be perfectly honest, it isn't that difficult because me and Sgrowie have a love of the outdoors and rugged bushcraft. Not just rugged bushes, but rugged bushcraft and adventure. Knives, bows, swords, blades of all descriptions. The great outdoors. And he said to me, like, well, I've sent you this thing, and it's come from the Ukraine, which I thought, Jesus Christ. It's funny how we can get a package from the Ukraine when we can't get any food or any oil from the Ukraine. But anyway, this has turned up, and but it's actually, looking at the packaging, it seems to have come from somebody in Poland, but it originates in the Ukraine. So he said to me, it's not movie related, but then he come back a few times afterwards and like, well, if I had to pick a film, maybe Prey being Predator 5, with the Comanche going against the feral predator, a film, you know, I've covered it enormously, and I love it. So I thought, well, it's quite clearly, there's a blade in this box of some description. And then, because we've been talking this morning as well, like, because it only arrived, and I was saying, yeah, I've got it and all that, like, I'll do the video. And he did mention the items. So I went back through the older messages, and yeah, there's actually more than one thing in here, which I completely forgot about. So, anyway, let's move the Johnny Rambo knife out the way. Oh, by the way, seated behind me here is my young protege, the imp, Mr. Kentucky Fudge, sporting a boomerang and a Kevlar helmet. He might need that if what I suspect is in here comes to be true. So here's the packaging. Anyway, I've scribbled out my address and all that, but there's lots of labels all over it, and I did some sort of, you know, checking to see what any clues, and this particular label here, that one there, is all written in foreign, whether it's Polish or Ukrainian, I don't know, but I couldn't see no company names, I couldn't see anything. Now, well, I would say this in the sunlight, but the sun seems to have disappeared. There's almost, I can almost make out what the items are, but I can't quite read it. If I can show you, you really cannot read what's on that. It's too faint. But what it does say on this label here, billing, post and packing, description, wood carving tools and sets. It's a knife. There's a knife in there. I've got a feeling that's not a knife. That's a knife. But we'll see. We'll see. So now, folks, another little drinky poo. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got Trevor Jones' score for Last of the Mohicans is blasting away in there. which I don't know, I feel when it comes to like the outdoors and blades, I always think of Hawkeye. So, let me dive into this box now. So I use a very minuscule blade, my trusty ski and do, which I always use. It's a tradition now. I use this to hack my way into these packagings, and this one is, there's a lot of tape on this. What I should say, right before I dive into this, because, you know, Kilt-Man, you haven't even said what you think it is. Well, I don't know what it is, but I do know of a Ukrainian company which does wood carving and bushcraft tools, and they're called Beavercraft. It's the only company there that I do know of, and they've got a reasonably good reputation. I think they skew more towards the actual wood carving of stuff. They do like a huge plethora of all the tools of whittling and carving, but bushcraft stuff and survival stuff, I don't really know too much. They do have some things, they do, but you know, we shall see. Might not even be them. It might be like Ukrainian refugees in there. It might be cheeky Russian Spetsnaz commandos sneaking in. Let's see. God. Oh God almighty. Okay. Beavercraft, you can see that. There is two. There's two. There's two. There's a big box and a little box. Beavercraft, can you see that? Beavercraft. No, it's not rocket science. I just thought, well, it's coming from Ukraine, and he kind of said, well, kind of agreed that it was perhaps bladed, and the whole thing with prey. Knives, axes, tomahawks, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. Right. There's two boxes. There's a bigger box and a smaller box. Oh God. Okay. Well, boxes are damaged, folks. Boxes are damaged. The boxes are very flimsy, actually. Okay, well, okay, right. Well, that's suddenly a bit of surprise has gone. It does actually say bushcraft knife, made in Ukraine, Beavercraft. Okay. Beavercraft. Nice logo, actually. I like that. Made in Ukraine. That doesn't say what it is. That's heavy on one side, light on the other. That's what's. It's not an axe, is it? It's too small for an axe. I don't know. Big sharpening stone. I don't know. What should we go into first? Well, I know. We'll go into the whiskey first of all. And by the way, Sgrowie, cheers, mate. Whatever these are, they're going to be great. I know. Hope you guys can see all right. My camera's problematic at the best of times, even when I'm sitting indoors with numerous lights and stuff, and it's still, the contrast goes in and out and in and out, and when we're outside, I don't know, it just seems to be even worse. Because by the way, I can't even see myself in the on the camera. I can't. It's completely faded out. So this phone was meant to be one of the best camera phones you could get at the time. Yeah. First, big, small, knife or other thing? Knife. Of course we're gonna get a knife. Yeah, let's go knife. Right, bushcraft knife made in Ukraine. Nice image of ferns and spruces and all that. One of which is over there. The box is damaged actually. There's no wrapping. And you can now hear the Escape from New York birds who've now stopped. They sing the Escape from New York main theme. Of course, now they've stopped. What we have here, oh, I don't know if you can see that. The Beavercraft logo is stamped in to what's quite a nice sheath there. We have, that's a Sam Brown stud, love those. The old Sam Brown army belt and crossover belts and stuff and holsters. The Sam Brown stud. Well, that's the bushcraft knife. Let's have a look. What you've got there, you've got there's a belt loop on it, which is nice. That leather's lovely actually. That's nice and supple leather. So you've got a belt loop on that, and you've got like a dangler. Don't make your own jokes up there. I'll do the jokes, alright. So let's get this out. Hey folks, we've got that is a bushcraft knife. I'm not sure about that being particularly for wood carving, as like, you know, doing sort of portraits and carvings and, you know, relief carvings of animals and, you know, people. That's more your campcraft sort of knife. What's nice about that is that handle is gorgeous. The hilt, can you see? You're talking full tang there, full tang as in that's one piece of steel, which is clearly hand forged and clearly tempered as well. It's a point sharp blade. Actually, that's not too bad. Out of the box, that's not too bad. But yeah, so it's a full tang. Quite clearly, you can see that there's a hole for the lanyard there. It's been riveted through there. So even though it's one single piece, the full tang, there will be holes within that piece of steel inside there. Probably very strong steel as well. It's blued. You see that? It's blued. It's dark. It's been blued. You've got the bushcraft, Beavercraft emblem is there as well. What would that be? I don't know. What would that be? 4.5 inches? 4.5 inches? Just over 4 inches anyway. The scales, you know, your pieces here seem to be slightly misaligned. So I don't know if you can see that there. They are slightly, this one's higher than the other one, slightly misaligned. That's not an issue, not an issue. Feel that design there, that's sort of an ergonomic design. I've only got small hands but fat bastard fingers, and it feels good. That feels pretty good. The spine is quite thin. Can you see that? That's quite thin. I'm gonna go with like, it's only a couple, maybe 3 millimeters. That's not massively substantial, but it's you know, it's all right, and it feels good. It's nice and light, but you say nice and light, but it's actually got a bit of substance to it at the same time. You get this whole thing with Scandi grinds on your edge, and The Scandinavian grind, it's smooth, goes all the way down to the edge, and those kind of blades are used for the carving, the intricate detailed carving, and they slide through wood very, very easily. That to me is not a Scandi grind. You can see there's a bevel, there's a secondary bevel there. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? So you've got your secondary bevel, and you've got what looks like a micro bevel as well. Looks like it, but I wouldn't put that down as a Scandi. I wouldn't. That's been used as well. I mean, obviously they're going to try these things out. They're going to use them, but that's been used. As I say, it's not particularly sharp. It's not blunt. It's not dull completely. It might do some stuff. And because I knew that this was going to be something bladed or guessed, I brought some wood out. I brought some wood. Now we haven't got much in the way of interesting wood to use. There is a basket of wood logs, which looks great. It's very Twin Peaks, and if I went and started using them, Mrs. Kilt-Man would go, "Oi, where's my fucking logs in me fucking basket?" She's not Cockney, but she's got a big deep voice. "Where's my fucking logs in me fucking basket, you bastard?" And I was doing a video. All of a sudden, she'd find a whole new use for this. So we won't use any of our logs. Maybe just that one, because that's one I've messed around with before, you know. And but let's just see what can. As I say, you'd need to sharpen this and get some stropping done on your leather belt. Do some of that, like your barber, you know, which takes the bears off and gives a nice smoother, sharper edge, hones it down all the more. Just get your leather belt, you tie it around your foot, let the buckle drop down, pull it nice, taut, put some water on it, on the belt that is, and just never put the blade coming towards you, so you would drag up with the blade at a 45-degree angle, and then you would drag back down at a 45-degree angle, and you get this rhythm. And some people go super quick, but with these, don't do it quick, do it slow. Slow is the best, until you get all excited, and then you can no. But so let's have a little look. We've got some wooden staves, which are just. Let's have a look at that. No, hang on. No. We'll do this. Let's see if we can. Oh dear. There's a guy drinking whiskey, and he's playing around with blades. What could possibly go wrong? Health and safety? There should be paramedics dropping in right now. Okay. What am I going to do with this? I'm going to try and... I found that's the wood over there, and I've used these on other videos quite clearly. That's already been split slightly, so we won't use that one. Let's have a look. Well, the thing is, they're all pretty much this. They're not exactly the best examples to use, but okay. Right. Oh, I'm going to bring this down a bit. Still can't see, can you? The kilt, of course. Oh well, whatever. Right. Okay. spectacular. It just split an edge off. Well, that was clever, wasn't it? I put that down to user error more than anything else, to be perfectly honest. So let's get that in there again. Come on. By the way, I make no pretense about being some kind of master outdoorsman. Yes, I've served with the Royal Marines. Yes, I've done copious survival training. Yes, I've done lots of things. But outdoor bushcraft, I'm not your man for that. I know what the stuff is, but I'm not the best. I'm not the best. Well, let's do it again. So the idea is, you don't want a crap blade. You bash the tip off the knife. Oh God! Make a meal out of this, why don't you? Should have been through by now. We're getting there, folks, we're getting there. Should also not be bent over like this. Toodly-doo. Right. So. Oh. Come back to be my lover. Well, it cut through. It's not massively sharp. But it held together. The spine held together. There's no rocking about with the handle, with the hilt, the scales. That seems to be okay. Still robust. It hasn't shot loose, nothing like that. It shouldn't do after the first fucking attempt, should it? Like, let's get that back up again. Right. Let's see if we can get some feathers. You know, when you're getting your fire going, get your kindling, get your little feathers, your little shavings. Got a feeling. Well, as you can quite clearly see, this is not sharp, anywhere near enough sharp. There should be slivers curled up there. God almighty, that's awful. I mean, you'll get these sort of little feathers and little slivers, but you shouldn't have to be. You should just like chop through. It is a kind of wood though, to be honest. So at the corner down, you'll get the corner down. These shavings should be a lot easier than this. Awful. Awful. But that could be partly to do with me. So I'm not going to condemn it quite so dramatically, but that was pretty shit, wasn't it? You know? Come on. It should be like the Great Surf, you know. See, it's not bite. There's no bite whatsoever on this. None. Oh, you'll get the shavings, you get a fire going, but there should be a nice sort of fountain of them at the end there, and then just you light it on the back of that, of course. So what blade is this then? Well, I know that these guys do. There's about 3, I don't know, maybe 4 of these different types of Beavercraft, bushcraft knives. 1, 2, and yeah, 3. I think there's 3. But the ones I've seen of this beforehand, because there's only one that has this sort of shape to it, this ergonomic hand grip. And the ones that I've seen beforehand that I remember have 2 screws. By the way, that's walnut. So that's it's a nice bit of wood, you know. Nicer than that bit of wood, which wasn't plain at all. Look at it. It's literally laughing at me. Oh, we are. Suddenly we're getting a bit more going there. But you shouldn't have to struggle doing that. You shouldn't have to struggle doing it, should you? But that's a nice knife. Obviously, I've not put it through any paces as yet, really. This is out the box, and it needs sharpening. It needs to be stropped, of course. Who doesn't? But yeah, I mean, I would say if there's a mistake here, getting quite a few bears, then a few dints. Well, yeah, it's not. I've got to work on it to get this down to its proper working abilities, because it's taken a few knocks there just from doing this. You know. But that edge, that grind, that edge, you want a bit more than that. That's very, very minuscule. Yes, you've got your secondary there, but you know, if this is sold as like a carving tool, well, it isn't, is it? It's described as it's a bushcraft knife, isn't it? It's a bushcraft knife. So, and I'm going for that. I'm thinking that's their 3rd iteration from Beavercraft. I think the 2 previous ones were like stainless steel. It's full carbon steel, and it's hand forged, and it has a rustic look to it, which is lovely. You know, I like that. I do like the knife. I think it feels good. I'm sure sharpened properly, that will be great in the field. That would be wonderful. And for campcraft, it's just the right sort of size. Yes, I like bigger blades, I know, but that's for other reasons, you know. And but it is nice. You get your ferro rod on that, get your sparks flying, should be alright. 90 degree. Yeah, it's made with practical intentions, and I'm sure I'm looking around at trees to cut up. I've put arrows into almost all these trees, and I've cut most of them to bits anyway. So that's why you don't see me going over there anymore, because it's like the wasteland, you know, deforestation, kilted style. Yeah, the sheath. I like the sheath. It's that's robust enough. It is a bit flexible, but it still feels strong and tangible. So, you know, I'm happy with that. Let's put you back in there. Get your Sam Brown over again. Do love those. I say you can put it on your belt, and you've got your dangler as well. Bit of added, you know, sort of dexterity. Oh. Added whiskey. Wind's picking up now as well. Right. So, forgot. Oh yeah, it's. Anyone remember the man-sized tissues? And yeah, I know there's tons of jokes we can make about that. Your man-sized tissues, which were just like tissues, literally, and it'd be like a sort of oval, perforated thing, and you get the tissues out of it. But the box was the same sort of size as this. I don't know if you can see the pattern that's on that. It was very similar. If that's a box of tissues, like maybe he thought I was going to cut myself, Sgrowie. Yeah, I know I have before on camera, but Okay, it's top heavy, or it's heavy on one side, shall we say. It's an axe, isn't it? An axe that size, it's a hatchet. It's got to be a hatchet. Let's have a look. Well, we've got a little, another belt loop, and with a lovely. Actually, love these. Very nice leather, and the Beavercraft logo, and we're wrapped in paper, in tissue and brown paper. Tissues, see? Well, I think you can tell. It's an axe. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Why I say it's nice. Used to buy axes, and they would just literally be the axe, and there would be no protection on the blade at all. Protection for the blade, protection for you when handling it when it's not actually in use. And but nowadays you're getting a lot of these. I've got like a little leather protector, and look again, it's the same style leather. The Beavercraft are employing. I like it. I like it. You've got the Beavercraft logo is burnt in to the handle, the hilt. Let's take. Oh, God, it's battered that. Oh, sorry, that makes it sound like I'm disappointed. I actually like that. That's got a very. Things shouldn't look. Things like this shouldn't look pristine. I don't think they should look used. Like, you know, oh, this tool has done stuff. It's worked. This has been found from the old Viking times. You know, it should look like that. I think, and again, very clearly hand forged. I'm not sure what kind of steel, what kind of strength this is. Very, it's hard. I'd say very, very strong steel. It's very short. It's a hatchet. It's a bushcraft hatchet. You've got a hole for a lanyard there. Again, I've only got small hands, so yeah. It's not a fighting axe, for God's sake, although they can all be used as such. There's the butt, you know, which you can, as you've gone into long, you can smash the back of that, which we might try. Although, given the lack of success with the knife, maybe I won't bother. But I know that there's woodcrafting axes. Is this meant to be a woodcrafting axe? It doesn't say, does it? It doesn't say on the tissue box what it's for. But it's very stable. How big's that then? How long is that? Hang on, let's work it out. 12, is that 12 inches? Something like that. Again, look at it. Oh, it's not sharp. Not sharp at all. So a lot of work needs to be done on that. But they have ground it, so you know. And again, it's been used. You can see that that's been used. That's gone through stuff already. Obviously, they must test these things out, I presume. So because that's clearly gone through some stuff. Oh, there's a couple of knots and bears on the hilt, on the shaft. You don't want bears on your shaft. Oh, no, it's all right. It's not good. Look, I can't even feel it now, to be honest. But so, where would you hold that exactly? Because it's very small, isn't it? It's small, but it's quite. You can feel there's power to it. So it's not like a tomahawk, you know, or a fighting axe, where the weight differential is different, and they're far more agile with longer, you know, shafts. But let's hit something. Should we try this? Should we try this? Oh God. You're not sharp in the least. And I am not the sharpest knife in the box, you know? Okay, okay. Don't go thinking I split that there. I did not. It's doing nothing. It's bouncing off it completely. I know I could smash the top of it, but it should be able to penetrate. And we have, finally. Okay. Split. So it did do it. It did do it. For a second then I thought, oh my God, is this a toy? No, it did do it. Actually, it's not that bad. No, again, Beavercraft sort of do these as sort of carving tools as well, whittling tools. Let's just see. Well, let's just get on this and do some chopping. Let's just do some chopping. I'll get around here. Let's see. It's chopping, isn't it? It's chopping. Let's cut through that. Because I wasn't satisfied with that before. Yeah. It will chop. It is strong enough. It's just not sharp enough. Although weirdly, a bit of action. It seems to have keened the blade somewhat. Opposite effect on the knife. Not bad. I'm sure it's got a name. I'm sure it's got like a designation. I don't know. That there, BSH. And the knife, I'm going with the BSH3 on that. I know there was two before, and they were stainless steel. That's got the blued steel, which helps prevent oxidization. So you know that's the reason why that's like that. And this has been blued as well, of course. Actually, the more I'm playing about with this, the better it feels. Give me something else. Oh, fuck it, this beer barrel. Boosh! I'm sorry. I mentioned beer. I shouldn't have done that. You know I love you most of all. So, let's have a look again. Actually, I like them both, you know. You were crap at getting the shavings off, though. I'm gonna try that again now. Let's just see if we can get something. Let's try this. Well, it's harder wood, but you've got a bit of bark left on it. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. Should be able to scrape the bark off at least. Right. Turn it over the side. Shit. Out the box, for me, that's shit. I couldn't cut butter now. And we're getting bears and dents aplenty. From doing what? This is tempered steel. That doesn't make any sense at all to me. I like the knife, I like the construction of it, I like the shape, the ergonomics. I like the feel of it, I like the look of it. But in practicality, that's done sod all of any worth. They've been chopped through something. Let's try this. Oh. It's already been slightly. This is bloody useless, this. Okay. More tea, Vicar. Don't worry. The nuns are coming out soon. Well, I went through, but I'm not impressed with that. Such a shame. As always, folks, you know, when it comes to like combat knives, fighting knives, survival knives, I'm a lot better. Bushcraft stuff itself and wood crafting, wood carving knives and axes, I don't really know the specifics, the dynamics and all the details. And I'm also not the expert at using them either, so. But and I do know that that should not be performing so badly as it appeared to be doing here. It could be me. It could be the wood. Not the best of wood either, but you know, but it's a fucking carbon steel blade. It should cut through wood no matter what. I don't know. But after initial sort of like, oh, size, shape, don't know, that's actually pretty good. And yeah, blunt as fuck, but actually seemed to get sharper the more it was cutting and chopping. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. And I say you've got the little, you've got your little sheath, and you've got your little belt loop for it as well, so you can hang it on your belt, nice and happy, no worries. Same with the knife, of course. But I like the shape of that as well. I say I've only got small hands. It's the one with, I don't know, if you've got big fucking bare hands, like fists like bloody boxing gloves, you know, I don't know, would that be too small? Would you have to wrap something around it to get more pet? I don't know. No, I mean, I'm alright with it. I've got full axes and mauls and sledgehammers. I've got everything. But and I've got tomahawks, as you know, but fire axes. That's probably the smallest I've come across of any axe. It's a hatchet. It's not an axe. It's a hatchet, you know. And the more I wield it, the more I like this, you know. I actually do. Get that sharpened up. Either way, yeah. I'm not sure about the actual whittling and carving. Don't know about that, to what degree it's effective, but and again, I would like more more of an edge to it, more of a grind perhaps. But with an axe, because of the power's coming down from the air, you know, from the descent and all that, and gravity taking its effect, it's a chopping tool primarily. So, you know, is that really necessary? You want the weight behind it to drive it through. It's what you want. It's not like you're going to glide through stuff. It's not that you're carving, you know, your venison and your moose, your buffalo. Not that I would do any of that, of course. I would carve the people that would do that. But you know what? The more I feel this, the more I like this. Give me something else to chop, for God's sake. Quickly now, quickly. Quickly does it. Oh, God. See, you've got people on videos who do like very clean chops and slices, and it comes off in 2 perfect halves. Mine's gone off to a side, to a tangent. Well, there you go. That was a beauty, that. That was a fucking beauty. Couple of chops. And off we go. So, where's that whiskey gone? Oh, yes. So there you go. Sgrowie, cheers my friend. I think, have you ordered one of these as well? Didn't you say something about, I want to see, you know, how it works, and before I order. He didn't say what they were, don't get me wrong, he didn't say what they were, didn't give that away, but he said he was interested in, like, see how they perform. But on this very ramshackle and immediate tryout, the axe wins. The knife, no. No. Bit of a disappointment, that. It could just be the fact that it needs to be sharpened. It could just be that. And the fact that, you know, it's in the hands of a buffoon. But if it's not cutting shavings, feathers, it's not doing that. It's not, and that's meant to be like a wood crafting as well as bushcraft. That's going to do jack shit, is it? Cutting cord and rope, cutting through vines and stuff like that. I'm sure its actual campcraft and survival capabilities are there, albeit limited. But just hacking through wood and shaving wood, it didn't deliver at all. So, you know, it's a shame that. Because I like it as well. I think it's a good shaped, sized blade, and a nice ergonomic handle and hilt. You know, I do like it. Actually, I do like the look of it. It's great, but as you all know, looks aren't everything, are they? So, folks, there you go. Sgrowie, cheers, my friend. Enjoy your birthday break. Have a great time, and I really do appreciate this. You gotta let me know what did you get? Did you get the axe? Did you get this? What did you get? Or what are you going to get? Because yeah, I like that. I love me blades, you know, me fighting knives, survival knives. I love me tomahawks and me fighting axes from yesteryear and from antiquity. And I've talked about them a lot. I've shown you them a lot. But and even like the fighting ability of a sort of 1920s, 1930s fireman's axe, of which I have now. I've got about 8 of those, and they're wonderful, and they are massively usable in that sort of field, you know. There's a lot you can do. In fact, the fireman's axe with the pick on the back, that's where you can swivel it round and take someone's legs from under them, trip them up, and then bring it down. What am I saying? It's a fireman's axe. It's for chopping through debris and doors to get to people who are in danger and jeopardy. It's not to cause danger and jeopardy. Of course, it all depends who's wielding it, you know, but there you go. Yeah, I like that a lot. So folks, on this impromptu, massively didn't know where I was going to go with it, review, the Beavercraft, what's this? It'd be a compact hatchet, yeah, I think. Yeah, recommend it, it's good. I don't know the prices, folks. I don't know. Don't know how much these things cost. But I do believe that Beavercraft are at the budget end of things, they're not the high end. But get that sharpened up. Look after it. That's gonna do it. That's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. This. Oh God, I don't know. Could be good. Get it sharpened up. I mean, it might just, I don't know. I'm gonna sharpen that. I do think they should have more of a grind and more of an edge on that. That we should have gone for the pure Scandi on that, really, because that is not. Well, I don't think it is anyway. But anyway, you know, here's what it is. But yeah, get that sharpened up, and that'd probably be decent. But I think there's infinitely better out there for doing what you want to do. Right, folks, I have been always Shabby Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever bladed wood chopping in between time, please keep it Kilty, keep it Celtic. And if you've got one of these, raise it now. To Sgrowie, to Beavercraft, and the Ukraine. Long may you persevere. So, I'm going to see you all later. And who knows what other things may arrive. Whoa, the mystery of the knock at the gatepost, you know, of the portcullis. And the servants, Master KM, another delivery. And Kilt-Man comes down. Shoo them off. We need no more. Are they village virgins? I believe so, Master KM. Send them in. Distract Mrs. Kilt-Man. Tell her I've hidden the baskets of logs. That'll keep it occupied for hours. Folks, take it easy. Laters.